The universe, or God, is our greatest teacher. And I want to share with you what the universe is trying to teach us. So in life, we experience a lot of negative experiences in our lives. We see things on the news, we see things going bad, we see war, we see pain, we see suffering, and we have negative emotions towards that. And we also experience joy and bliss and happiness and having kids and having these beautiful experiences, traveling, meeting your soulmate and things like this. And so we have this yin and yang to life. We can be swayed into positive emotions, pleasure, happiness, joy, and we can also be swayed into the negative experiences, suffering, pain, fear. Ultimately, I think the grand creator, the universe within itself, is teaching us to be balanced within ourselves and transcending emotion and our thoughts and thinking. I believe it's always teaching us to come back to unconditional love, to where our true power lies, and realizing we are consciousness experiencing this reality. And so I kind of see this reality as a bit of a video game, and it's something that I want to master. And when you have that sort of approach to life, it becomes a little bit more beautiful. It becomes a little bit more easier to grasp. It becomes a little bit more grounded. So if I were playing a video game right now, I'm not necessarily in the video game. Like, I'm not inside of the video game. I'm playing it. Okay. I got my joystick. Let's just say this is my joystick, or my gamepad, whatever the kids call it nowadays, right? Got your gamepad, and I'm looking at a screen, right? So my eyes, my external reality is the screen. And I'm deciding how I'm playing the game. My decisions, my thoughts, my emotions, my vibration, my connection with myself, my connection with source, my actions, my behaviors, my subconscious programs are all influencing the game, right? And so as I begin to shift certain subconscious patterns, as I begin to see new perspectives in life, as I begin to, nearly dropped my glasses there. As I begin to raise my vibration, as I begin to see what's going on externally and using that as a tool to learn more about myself, I grow, I ascend, I reach new levels of consciousness. Now, chances are, if you're an empath or light worker or someone who is spiritual, into the law of attraction, you're starting to think more positive. You're starting to become more conscious. You're starting to become more conscious of your thoughts and reality and things like this. And it almost creates the opposite, where you're now seeing more pain in life. Again, the more conscious you become, the more you're aware of the people around you, the things you don't like about it, and etc., etc. So during your spiritual awakening, you may be watching videos, listening to certain spiritual speakers and influencers who are talking about the law of attraction and thinking positive, having positive emotions, etc., etc. And it's almost like a way of ignoring your emotions, or trying to think positive, or override your negative emotions and avoiding negative emotions. And I don't want to feel negative emotions, and I don't want to cry, and I don't want to feel bad, and I don't want to do all of this stuff. This is the wrong way to approach life. We want to be accepting the yin and yang of life. We want to be accepting both the negative and the positive of life, and creating that isness within inside of our being. A sense of equanimity, a sense of stillness, a sense of peace, a sense of enlightenment. And that's where life becomes beautiful. Like, the negative becomes beautiful and the positive becomes beautiful. You can literally take anything in life and transmute it into something positive. You can take anything positive in life and transmute it into something negative. And so if I see someone suffering in the world, I experience pain. I'm not numb to the world. I experience pain. I experience negative emotions. One thing that I don't do is I don't feel sorry for people. I do feel pain though, right? I do feel emotions. I do feel sadness. I feel all of this stuff. But guess what? I use it to become a better me. I use it to grow and expand. I use it to produce these videos, to bring more light into the world. I use pain and I transmute it into light. I use pain and I use it to share more positivity, to grow and expand. Because this is just obviously my career, and what I do for a living is I help people, right? And so I know if I help one person grow, expand, become a millionaire, that person might go on to help thousands, millions, maybe even billions of people, right? Doing things that I could never be able to do, having the skill sets, the mindsets, all of this stuff to achieve what they want to achieve. Even if it's as little as someone, starting their hairdressing business and becoming successful at that, or someone starting their jewelry business and becoming successful at that, or someone, starting their fitness business and becoming successful at that, because their vibration is now impacting the world. And those little minute shifts in like a fitness expert helping someone become more fit and healthy and losing weight or whatever, that might lead to that person helping thousands and thousands of people. I don't feel like it's my responsibility to go and help that person that's starving, or that person that's going through pain in the world, or whatever it is. I feel like it's more of my responsibility to take that energy, use it to become a greater version of myself, so that I can give on to others, that I can be more positive to others, give to others. Now, let's say, for example, you're not helping people in the way that you would like, or your career doesn't allow for that to happen, or you're not in a career that's aligned with that, or you're not an influencer or anything like that. Literally just you seeing pain in the world, this bad thing happened, this whatever, right? Is, for me, what I think the grand creator is teaching us is that you take that and you become more positive to others, your family, your friends. You use that and you delete people out of your life. Alt Control Delete people out of your life. You use that and you use it to recognize any pains or things that you need to deal with within the self. Every single emotion can be used. Every painful emotion can be used. Grief, suffering, pain, anxiety, all of it can be used to learn more about yourself and more about the world. So for me, I don't see pain and the negative stuff happening in the world and the negative stuff happening within as something bad. I see it as my greatest teacher. I see it as something that I get to use to facilitate my growth, to use to help others, to use to become a better version of myself. Because ultimately, if I change my vibration, I'm changing my universe. If I'm changing my universe, I'm also influencing other people's universe as well. Right now, I'm making this video and I'm influencing your universe. You have decided to click on this video and watch up until now, and it's influencing your vibration, it's changing your perspectives, it's healing you, it's growing you, it's helping you expand. If I never experienced any pain in life, I probably wouldn't be making this video right now, right? Like Gavin, I've been through an abusive upbringing, I've been around narcissistic parents, I've had a hard time in life, etc., etc. I can tell you right now, those experiences is teaching you to become a better version of yourself. That pain can be used to become better to your kids and the family that you're raising, the family that you're bringing up, right? To change the legacy, the vibration going forward. Yes, you do have to heal what's currently going on within you, because if you're still feeling it and you're still experiencing it, then you definitely need to get a free energy reading from me and find out a little bit more about what's going on there, because it is creating more and more of what you don't prefer, more and more what you don't like. And so you need to change that vibrational frequency within inside of yourself, right? You need to shift that so that you don't carry it on and shift the future. My whole perspective on life is that every single thing that I do and that I give to the world is literally it's literally transforming the future. It's literally impacting the future. It's creating a new direction for a lot of people. When I change myself, I literally change the future. So for me, one of the things that I do is purify my mind, my subconscious mind, my subconscious patterns. I remember one time I was just, at a pier, and there was like, I can't remember what it's called, but when you dock your yacht, I just saw a lot of loads of yachts, right? There were yachts and there were $1 million yachts and stuff. And I'm like, why don't these rich people just give money to charity? Like, I had this negative perspective on people having yachts. And so I realized I was being negative in that moment. I realized I was being, judgy about people's money and people's success. And so, number one, I needed to shift that for myself, because, that's stopping me and hindering me from having a lot of money. But also, I'm also making a judgment. And, they say only God can judge, right? And so I wanted to purify my mind and release that out of my being to become more of the isness. So for me, like when it comes to the world and helping the world, I just see a legacy. I see the long-term gain in the things that I'm doing. You know, this is not for me. This is not for my gain. Yeah, I make money along the way, and you know, I'm able to help people, etc. In the moment, in the now. But beyond me, like when I have my croaking experience, right, and I transcend this reality, then you know, my work, the things that I do, is going to help people, you know, down the line, right? Like it's going to help like my work is helping families, it's helping the generations to generations to generations down the line. When I have my kids, and you know, the work that I do, and the conditioning and the rewiring that I've done in myself, the emotional shifting that I've done in myself, the healing that I've done in myself, is going to benefit them so much. And so, you know, eventually it's just going to impact the world down the line. And if we look at the power versus force scale, you know, if you're resonating high on the chart, you're going to experience a whole completely different reality. You're going to see life in a different way. If you're operating low on the chart at anger, desire, grief, if you're operating at these vibrational frequencies, and these vibrational frequencies aren't necessarily emotions, they're literally where you operate from. If you're operating from any of these frequencies and you resonate low on the chart, guess what? That's what you're going to see in your reality, and you actually experience more pain in life. And that's why it's so important to work on ourselves, to heal, to expand, and to become a greater version of ourselves. And so for me, the world is teaching us, the universe is teaching us to literally just become better, to become more pure in our mind, to grow, to expand, to transcend our thinking, transcend the ego, to give love from unconditional love, not just, you know, love in terms of what our reality has defined as love, but like a spiritual level of love, and to see people in this way, to see life in this way, and to not judge someone as negative or someone as positive, even though we have been taught that that is negative and that is positive. I can look at a megalomaniac, a narcissist, people who are killing people, and still feel love for them. Do you know why I can do that? Because I understand that they've been through some stuff to get to that point. Right? They've been through whatever they've been through to get to that point where they're able to kill someone, or they're being a narcissist, sociopath, or wanting to control the world, being a megalomaniac. I believe these people have certain spirits and whatever attached to them as well. So I see it in that way. I believe they have whatever attached to them, and it's very negative and whatever it is. And so they're projecting how they feel. They're projecting what they feel is good. And so, you know, I can only have compassion for that. I can only have love for that. And so I don't see necessarily, I do see negativity, but I understand negativity to be something good. I understand positivity to be something good. It's not just negativity is bad. I don't put a bad label on negativity or badness in the world, right? That to me isn't spiritual. You are more spiritual when you are stepping into the arena of accepting both the negative and the positive, the yin and the yang, because now you become the isness, you become the center, you become the unconditional love. And it's not that I'm perfect. I'm always doing work on myself. I'm always growing and becoming a better version of myself. But I try to live from my higher self. I try to live life in a way that whether I'm experiencing pain, suffering, or whatever it is, that's supposed to be happening. I'm supposed to be experiencing that, and I welcome it into my life, and I feel it, and I see it as something beautiful. Do I like it? Not necessarily, but I feel it, I experience it, I go through the motions, and you know, with the positive, I experience it, I welcome it, and all of this stuff. I welcome both the negative and the positive. I don't try to fight it. I don't try to push away the negative. I don't try to resist it, because that only causes, you know, suffering for myself. When I hold on to pain and I resist pain, you're creating more pain. And so I welcome it, I feel it, I go through it, I transmute it, and I use it in life to go forward and not only help myself but help the world. There is a collective vibration, right? There is a collective vibration. And so yes, there's going to be war in the world. Yes, there's going to be these lockdowns. Yes, there's going to be racism. Yes, because there's a collective vibration. If we all just worked on ourselves, and we all just focused on ourselves, and we all just focused less on ego-based desires, and we got in tune with ourselves, the life would be a different place. And we all know this intuitively. You know this intuitively. And so the real world is the world within. This is where reality is. It's in the inner world, in your thinking, in your soul. It's in your Akashic records. everything that you could want and desire is inside of you. And when you can shift and change the inner world, you'll see the outer world begin to change. So my perspectives are coming from life experiences, the pains that I've been through, understanding life, questioning life, but also taking things like ayahuasca and doing plant medicine, hiring coaches, hiring mentors, and just really diving into mastering life, mastering what is God trying to teach me, what is the universe trying to teach me. So if you want help on your journey, you want help on mastering life, you want help on overcoming your pains, your traumas, the things that you've been through, then I suggest going ahead and getting an energy reading from me. There will be a link in the description where you can go get ahead and get that. And I'll be doing an energy reading and sharing with you what your vibrational frequency is. I'll record a video for you and share with you what your vibrational frequency is, what's holding you back. And you'll also get a manifestation diagnosis session as well. The link will be in the description. So I want to ask you, what's the most important lesson that you've learned from this video? Please comment that below, and check this video over here on how to manifest money whilst you sleep. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.